Hello knitters, welcome back to Rena Knits. In this week's video, what we're going to do is combine two patterns to create one big one that will look great on a border, a scarf, a hat, anywhere. It's a combination of the cave pattern that I uploaded the video a few weeks ago, but also a cable pattern that creates a ring or a circle. So combining the two together makes a new pattern look really cool. So try it out and let me know what you think. Enjoy. For this video, we're going to be doing a combination of two particular patterns. This particular pattern, which is the cave pattern, there's a video. The link is here that you could go to see how it's created. Then a cable. And it's just basically repetitive. So you do this first, then this, and then keep repeating to get your particular pattern. On either side, I've created a border. So that way then you could separate these with that. So if you want to do it one after the other, you might be able to decrease this border to maybe just 2 lines rather than the 4 here. Or you might want to keep it like this and have the border that way. You could keep it lengthwise this way as well, and this is perfect for a scarf as well. For this particular pattern, what I've done is cast on 12 stitches in the middle. That is for the actual pattern itself. And then on either end, I've cast on 5 stitches each. Those are for the border. So in total, it's this particular pattern that I'll be demonstrating is of 22 stitches. So let's begin. So for row 1, what you're going to do is the first 5 stitches are going to be this particular pattern. So you're going to knit the first stitch. Then you're going to move your yarn as if you're going to purl. So move it to the front. You're going to slip one, loop, and purl. Slip one, loop, and then purl. Then you're going to move this over. The next portion is the pattern that you can find in the video linked at the top of this screen now. This is the cave pattern, and it's a combination of 4 stitches for each cave. I have 3 caves going horizontally and then 3 caves going up. So what you're going to do is knit the second stitch first, not removing any stitches, and then knit the first stitch again, both from the front, then remove. The second portion, you're going to knit the second stitch first from the back, then you're going to knit the first stitch from the front, and you're going to remove. And I'm going to repeat it 2 more times since I have 3 stitches. Now you could have less or more depending on the type of pattern you want, but just remember that each cave has a combination of 4 stitches. So if you want to have, rather than 3, 5, you will add 8 more stitches to your pattern. Again, my next 5 stitches are the side borders. So I'm going to move this as if I'm going to purl. So I'm going to move it to the front. Then I'm going to slip one, loop, purl, slip one, loop, purl, and my last stitch is always a knit. Now on the back, so on the wrong side, you're always going to do the same as I'm going to do now. You're going to knit the first 2 stitches, then you're going to purl the looped yarn with the stitch together to make to make it 1. Then knit, and then again purl to make these 1. The middle 12 stitches, which are my pattern, are all purl. So I'm going to purl all of them. And again, the side border, I'm going to knit the ones that doesn't have the looped yarn, and I'm going to purl the looped yarn with the stitch together to make it 1. Then knit, purl, and my last stitch is always a knit. Now we had opened up the cave. Now we're going to close it. So my third row, again, the border is knit the first one, move the yarn to the front as if you're purling, slip, loop, purl, slip, loop, purl, and now I'm going to close the cave. So the first time around I opened it by knitting the second stitch from the front. To close it, I'm going to knit first. So I'm first going to knit these two, but this time from the back first. So I'm going to knit the second stitch from the back first, and then knit the first stitch from the front. And then my next two, I'm going to knit the second stitch from the front and knit the first stitch from the front next, and then slip. So I'm going to repeat this 2 more times since I have 3. And then my last 5 are again my border. So I'm going to move my yarn to the front as if I'm going to purl. I'm going to slip, loop, purl, slip, loop, purl, and my last stitch is a knit. Then again, the back is the same thing. I'm going to knit the first 2. I'm going to purl the looped yarn and one of the stitches to make it 1. Knit, purl, and then I'm going to, these are the 5, I'm going to purl the 12 stitches in the middle, and then my next border is the same. I'm going to knit the first, purl the second, knit the third, purl the fourth, and knit my last stitch. And I'm going to repeat this 2 more times so that I get my 3 borders. So repeat this combination of the 4 rows 2 more times so that you get the 3. And once you have that, then we'll get to this point where we're going to start the cabling. So 2 more times for the caves, and then we're going to do this ring. Once you've completed knitting your three caves in the vertical direction, what you're now going to do is start working on this part, the ring. What you're going to do is, again, on either side is the border. So knit 1, then move this as if you're going to purl. So move it to the front, the yarn, slip, loop, purl, slip, loop, purl. Now here is where you're going to need a stitch holder, and we're going to do a cable for 6 stitches, 3 and 3. So a 3-stitch cable, and this is going to be from the back. So it's going to be a C3B. So you're going to take 3 stitches, move them onto a stitch marker, and move them to the back. And then you're going to knit these 3. So we're going to just knit. Bring the other 3 back onto your needle. And then knit them. There we go. Now the next 6 are going to be the same, but it's going to be C3F. So it's going to be in the front. So you're going to take the 3 stitches and move them to the front. You're going to knit the other 3. And then you're going to knit these 3. And the last 5 are going to be your normal border. So in the purl position, slip, loop, purl, slip, loop, purl, and the last stitch is a knit. So the first 2 stitches are your knit, then you purl, knit, and then you purl that one, but then you purl the next 12 as well. And again, the last 5, you're going to do knit, purl, knit, purl, and knit. Now, for the next 8 rows, you're going to continue doing the border as is, but then you're just going to knit these 12 stitches. So these 12 stitches in the middle are going to basically be your stockinette pattern for the next 8 rows. So knit from this side, purl from the back. And you're going to do this for the remaining 8 rows. So I'll do this row to show you. So you're going to knit again the same thing as the border, side border, knit, then move this to the front, the yarn to the front as if you're going to purl, slip, loop, purl, slip, loop, purl, and then the next 12 stitches you are going to knit. And then again, the 5-stitch border, you're going to move the yarn in the purl position, slip, loop, purl, slip, loop, purl, and the last one is a knit. And again, the back side, you're going to do the knit, the purl, and then the 12 are going to be purls. And you're going to continue this for 8 rows until we come to where we have to close the ring. Once you have knit 8 rows, what you're now going to do is close out the circle, the loop. So we're going to be doing this portion. So we're just going to do reverse of what we did right here. So what we're going to do now is knit, So the border on either side is still the same. So knit the first one, move the yarn to the front as if you're going to purl, slip, loop, knit, slip, loop, purl, and then you're going to go back, move the yarn to the back, and now we're going to do a cable of the 6 stitches. So it's going to be a C, B, and this time it's going to be F. So last time, the first one we did was move these 3 stitches. After putting it in the stitch holder to the back, we're now going to put it to the front. And we're going to knit the next 3 stitches. We're going to move these stitches back onto the needle. And then we're going to knit these. So this closes this side. And now the next 6, we're going to do another cable. And this time we are going to move the stitches to the back. So the next 6 stitches, so we're going to move 3 onto a stitch holder, and instead of the front, we're going to move these to the back, knit 3, move these 3 back onto your needle, and then knit those. And then you have your border. So you're going to move your yarn to the front as if you're going to purl, slip, loop, purl, slip, loop, purl, and your last stitch is a knit. This closes this circle or the ring. So now the back side, again, it's the same as we have been. You're going to knit the first stitch, knit the second, then purl 2 together, knit 1, purl 2 together, and then purl the 12 stitches that we used for the pattern. And again, for the border, knit, purl 2 together, knit, purl 2 together, and the last one is a knit. And this is your pattern. And what you're going to now end up doing is, again, repeating this particular pattern to the top. And that is how I got this. So you would then do another 3 rows or 3 caves using the same pattern. Relax, enjoy, and keep knitting. If you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to click that subscribe button to get the latest videos on knitting projects, knitting ideas, knitting patterns, and much more.